Hello, welcome back. Uh, welcome back to the last video to the current video. Unless you're going through the playlist, which plays them all in reverse order.
Yeah.
You start with 4 and you work your way back. Yeah, episode 4, a new pope. Here at Microwave This Podcast. I'm Ben,
Chris,
Matt.
and we're gonna have a lovely time. This episode's gonna be a little bit less focused, I feel.
Yeah. As if they're ever focused.
Yeah, no, they tend to just come off the fucking rails at some point. But,
Yeah.
I'm going to do the quick admin that we are on Twitter, microwave_this. Say things. Follow us, whatever. We need fans. We need attention.
Give us suggestions.
We're just screaming children,
Yeah.
hungry for popsicles and Doritos. I need that slush pup money.
we don't have a Facebook page yet, I don't believe.
No, we don't have a Facebook.
Yeah, I haven't
We'll
done.
work on that.
We've got SoundCloud, Microwave This Podcast, and YouTube is Microwave This Podcast.
All good times.
We picked a shitty enough name for the podcast that we didn't have to fight anybody for the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unique enough that
It's not shitty.
I enjoy it, but it's very novel. What the hell does that mean? But yeah, I am going to mention real quick, I've just been playing so many video games. I picked up the new Devil May Cry, which is awesome. If you like Devil May Cry, it's exactly what it should be. After that Western developer got a hold of it and made a bunch of us very angry. And then Capcom apologized and was like, we'll just make 5.
Sorry.
Like that Domino's. You remember a few years ago when like the CEO of Domino's was on their commercial and he was just like, "Hey, we're really sorry, guys. We're gonna try to do better." I'm.
And they did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, no, it's better.
Domino's is better than any of the
Absolutely.
other.
Now I'm a sucker for Pizza Hut because I really like their breadsticks. I'm just a huge fan of their breadsticks, like whatever
Yeah,
that seasoning
they're not bad.
is.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
they're-
the Hut's favorite seasoning.
Yeah, Jabba the
Pizza the Hut. Or
But-
else pizza
They're both gonna make
will
my
come out for you.
put it on a pizza.
I mean, I just can't stand Papa John's.
Yeah, I've never liked their sauce.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And it's all going to give you the rumblies.
Yeah.
You're just going to piss off your coworkers the next day. Or I guess, Chris, you can just piss off your daughter.
Yeah.
You're just blowing the worst farts all day long. So yeah, the decision maker for me is just the breadsticks.
Yeah. I will say one thing about Papa John's. They do put the pepperoncinis in there.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
boxes.
yeah, I wish the other ones did that.
Yeah.
And theirs always taste different than the store-bought ones. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't either.
mean, I do know that they're the #1 purchaser of pepperoncini in the world.
Damn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how they come in, like how they're packaged when they
probably a huge can.
Yeah.
You know, just like any other. But they're so much better. I don't know what it is that, I mean, Mount Olive rules all the
Yeah.
pickles around here, but they're not as good
You want
as
some
No,
fucking
well-
pickles?
It's same thing with the jalapenos that Mount Olive.
Yeah.
It's because the Caper started buying
Yeah, we use a different brand.
a completely different brand, and they actually have some heat to them.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, you'll find some whole jalapenos in there.
Yeah, there'll be a chunky lad from
Yeah.
time to time. You get a chunky boy in there. Anyway, that was our fast food section. So yeah,
Riveting radio.
I did want to mention, Devil May Cry 5 is awesome if you like that shit. I just picked up Sekiro, and it hurts my feelings in the best way. Like, I was breaking a sweat. When Chris came in, I was like, I just killed this guy who's been just devastating me for like an hour. And the whole time I was, like, every time I'd fight him, by the time he killed me, I would just be like, I could feel my palms sweating.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a fun game.
Yeah,
let me
you
play it a little
tried
bit.
it last night a little
It's
bit.
hard,
Yeah, it is not fucking around.
but it's very reminiscent for me of the Onimusha.
Like Onimusha, Tenchu.
Yeah.
It's got that Ninja Gaiden. I feel like somebody was playing Ninja Gaiden and they were like, "This isn't hard enough."
Yeah.
And then I also picked up the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, basically to alleviate some of the chapped ass that the two very dark, difficult games I bought recently are giving me. Like whenever I've had enough of Sekiro and Devil May Cry, I'm just like, I'm gonna play a very light-hearted, simple Final Fantasy game.
I just want to play some Heroin Hero, man.
A heroin hero. You'll never catch that dragon, Matt.
Chase the dragon.
Chase it.
Oh.
Try to bomb the harbor. That's all I think of when I think of South Park.
Yeah.
that Japanese. Like,
Try to bomb the harbor.
Okay. Anyway.
You
I
don't think
guess-
about the what's the fucking song? What's the fucking song? Protect my balls.
Oh.
What is it?
Oh, the chocolate salty balls.
No.
No,
It's
Take my balls. I don't.
it was
it-
it was the anime.
Hi, let's
episode.
go. Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Kosuba, protect my balls.
No, yeah.
Let's fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
fighting
fighting love.
No, I remember just like firing that up every now and again, and like me and my idiot buddies in my early 20s just laugh our asses off.
Dude, DVDA, the band that Trey Parker.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, they should come out with an album. I know, like, all their songs have been on South Park, but
Well, like Now You're a Man.
yeah.
I found her when I first started making anime music videos. I was like just searching like mad through Fist of the North Star AMVs, and I was like, I've got to just find like the best cock rock for a
Yeah.
Fist of the North Star video.
And they're perfect at doing that.
Now, but the thing is, Now You're a Man already existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Fist of the North Star video is like one of the first ones that pops up. I had to settle on White Snake. No
Yeah.
one had done Here I Go Again, so
Nice. But speaking of Trey Parker, Matt Stone, I really do appreciate that they seem like they're fluent in Japanese.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird skill for.
Yeah, and also I think Mandarin too, because I was watching an interview. They were talking about the Mongolian episode.
Yeah.
With the where they
Yeah,
Shitty shrimp.
the shitty wall.
yeah, and apparently they had been holding on to that joke for like 10 years or something.
Oh, wow.
Because they actually went to the Great Wall of China,
Nice.
and the tour was talking about the Mongol, and then they said at the wall they started going, "Goddamn Mongolians!"
Oh no. Of course it would be those guys. That's fucking terrifying.
But yeah, we could do a whole episode on South Park.
Yeah,
as
we
well,
could.
so-
Oh yeah.
Speaking of terrifying, the very broad, because I barely wrote anything for this episode. Because I feel like, I don't know, it was just kind of a weird week. I was a little depleted. So yeah, like horror. We were going on and on before we started recording about, like, you know, I don't think any of us have seen any of Jordan Peele's movies.
No, I regrettably I have not seen Get Out
Get Out seems
Or-
to be like
or Us. I've heard nothing but good things about Get Out.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard nothing but good things about Us. Just haven't gotten around to doing it.
until
Yeah, until yeah, my buddy said that it was shit, but and I haven't seen Get Out either, and you know, and I don't hate Jordan Peele but I feel like I mean, and I can't speak from experience because I haven't seen any of his films, but to me, just from the trailers from it doesn't seem like it seems like it's rehashed ideas.
it does kind of look rando to me.
But you know, I mean,
It might be
he could
genius.
put it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, he's a talented dude for sure. He's.
And I think
I thought Key and Peele was
well, I think it like
a
what
great show. Sorry.
like well, I think Key and Peele was great, and it was like, you know, it's two dudes, two comedians with, you know, the sketch show that is pretty fucking good. And then he went off and did fucking Get Out, and it blew up, and people
Right.
are like, "Well, look at what else he can do."
Right.
And you know, like you said a little bit ago, like maybe it just like that surprise and like that like rave reception he got from his first movie. Maybe people are just sucking his dick a little too hard and not being like as critical as they should be of.
Well, and horror is a hard genre to
Oh, yeah.
like
To
make any. Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and to make it like original.
It's
Yeah.
definitely real easy to fuck up.
So I mean, like I'll watch it obviously,
Yeah,
but
give it a shot.
and I said that about Get Out too, and I just haven't
Just,
gotten around to watching
I think I'll watch Get Out first, obviously. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
And
But-
there's a lot of really good horror movies that I didn't give a chance at first, or I was like, I'll come back to that, and then I finally did, and was like, oh, okay, that was good. And there's some that I've been like, I'm glad I held off and didn't like go to the theater or anything for that.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, about the majority of horror movies, anyways, is the whole point of watching them is to watch with a girl. Yeah. It's,
so you get laid later on.
yeah.
Now, I mean, well, to go back to us, I guess it's that style of horror, the whole abduction sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's abduction in the. It's just that's not the style that I like. That's why I like some of Rob Zombie's films.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
You're just
I don't,
captive.
you know, I
as
don't want to
hell.
watch it because it's because I know exactly what his style is, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not. You know, I'm more of a '70s type religious horror film buff and sci-fi horror.
What is
Yeah.
it? Oh yeah, sci-fi horror all day. What was the and I feel so weird about because this happens sometimes where you're like, I like this movie, and then you find out that you can't watch Rosemary's Baby because Polanski's a fucking fiend.
Oh, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
and the same with what's the newer Polanski film that he did with Johnny Depp?
Oh, Ninth Gate. I like
Ninth Gate, yeah.
And
But
it's-
it's Polanski, and it's like, man, I really like this film, but it's fucking Polanski.
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
want to like
fucking
it
Polanski.
because he's a piece of shit, and
yeah.
you got to separate
Oh.
art from the artist.
Oh,
like they
Pedo
say.
Polanski.
It's like I can't listen to fucking Michael Jackson anymore.
I never liked Michael Jackson in
well,
the first place. So
No, I love Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I did, but I can't listen to him anymore.
he's a
man.
diddler.
Yeah.
Or was a diddler.
Was a diddler.
Now he's
That whole
dust.
thing that Barbara Streisand.
Oh,
said,
yeah, did you see that?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
Yeah, if you didn't want your kids to get raped, you shouldn't have put them in the situation. It's what? Are you
Well,
fucking...
also she said like his sexual needs were his sexual needs or
Yeah,
something,
like,
or
well,
whatever the fuck she said.
Wait,
It's like
no,
no,
she said that.
yeah,
Yes.
she said that.
I
his
didn't see
sexual
that.
needs were his sexual needs. That's a quote.
Yeah.
So
What the absolute fuck?
Yeah, like how do you? Well, I feel like she's one of those people who's been so rich and famous for so long that she's just disconnected from reality.
True. And
so
they were
there's-
probably
She's part of the Hollywood pedo ring.
well, that
I mean,
and he and her were probably close.
we're gonna get real True Detective about this and just waste the rest of the episode exposing the Yellow King that was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but yeah,
And you got to think too. There's probably, or at least you would think, a big part of her fan base was probably like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But you know,
Well-
that there is probably a significant number of people in that following. They're like, well, maybe
Yeah, there's always
she's right. Shut the fuck up.
gonna be a chunk of anyone's audience who, like, I'm sure there were even a couple dudes who really liked Gary Glitter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who were like, whatever, that's the best stadium song of all time. Ba-da-da-da, rape. Da-da-da-da.
Well, he had another song too. I forgot
Did he?
What it was. Yeah.
I don't fuck it.
Well, he had a whole album. I think.
I'm sure he did. And then he
Shock
had
rock.
and then he had a hard drive full of kitty porn too. So,
Mm-hmm.
Christ.
So did what's his name from the Who? And
Who?
fucking the guitarist.
Townsend?
Yeah, Pete Townsend. Yeah, he said he had it on there for research.
Oh yeah, that's
Research.
right. He did say that. What the?
What? I missed this.
I forgot.
This
about
was
that
years
shit.
ago.
Yeah.
See, these are like with these things that I bring up. Like here recently, I've just been playing this weird game. I'm the only one playing the game, but like if someone says something like really positive, or they're like, "Hey," they're just being like annoyingly positive. I just throw disturbing facts at them to try and bring them down.
Yeah.
So we were at work one day. Like we weren't even open. We were just setting up, and we had the radio on, and fucking the Mamas and the Papas came on, and I fucking hate that band. I can't. That's just the epitome of like hippie bullshit to me. Like if I had existed in the '60s, I would have had to start a cult or something. I'd have been pouring so much Kool-Aid. But yeah, the Mamas and the Papas came on, and I was like, "Fuck this band," and one of the guys was like, "Oh, you don't like the Mamas and Papas? Of course you don't. Fucking like, I'm a contrarian." So, and I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you know the guys from the main dude from Mamas and the Papas slept with his daughter for like 10 years?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, fucking get this shit off the." Have a great day, though.
But they did give us Wilson Phillips, so.
Fuck off.
Well, Brian Wilson and fucking John Phillips, I think that's his name.
Ugh.
Yeah. Supergroup, Wilson Phillips.
Wilson, of course,
Can
Chris.
we use that music as our intro music?
See, no, this is an idea I wanted to throw out. I meant to mention this before we got started, but I was thinking because our good buddy Lindsay was like, "You guys could really benefit from like a solid intro outro," and I was like, "Well, we could do like public domain or like just use a small enough snippet to be like free use."
Mm-hmm.
And I told Matt, I was like, I kind of want to use just really random things and change them all the time.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like, how funny would it be if we started an episode with a snippet of the theme music from Sanford and Son?
Dude, that's a jam, man.
But then it makes zero fucking sense. 'Cause then we're just talking about Hollywood pedophiles.
And we'll be back after this.
Or what was the one?
I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna spend extra time on editing this, and I'm gonna fade in some. Oh yeah. Speaking of that,
It's so silly.
that comes from the album that is in every Goodwill store ever.
Oh, good. What
Yeah.
is this?
Whipped cream and other delights. Herb Albert. I'm telling you, every Goodwill store you go into, there's
there's a
a
Herb.
copy of Herb Albert and whipped cream and other delights, and at least 3 or 4 Johnny Mathis records.
Oh, of course, there's Johnny Mathis.
Every fucking Goodwill. I mean, it doesn't matter what city you're in, they're gonna be there.
That's such a fucking Chris.
It's like the CEOs of Goodwill. What? I really like Johnny Mathis.
You know, and I thought I was alone in this thought. You know, for years I said this. You know, and like what Bill was saying last night. Don't you think, you know, you ever get that feeling that you came up with something and then it blew up, but it was your idea first? And I'm like, yeah, and this was it. I was like, I've been saying this shit for over 20 years. Every time I go record shopping and I see that shit, and I'm like, so, you know, I posted it on Reddit, and of course, someone had posted it right before me in another thread,
Oh, no.
and I was like, what? I was like, so, you know, it is true. And if anybody is listening to this, please comment in the comment section.
Have you seen the trailer for Yesterday?
What?
No.
Okay, it's a movie that's coming out, and the premise is the whole entire world has forgotten who the Beatles are, except for one dude,
Okay.
and it's set in present day.
So does he exploit that fact?
Well, like not meaning to, like his, like he was just like in the trailer, he's like hanging out at a party and he's like playing Hey Jude.
So he
or,
plays a riff.
and then or something, and someone is like, "Did you write that?" It's like, "No, I didn't write that. The Beatles did."
Who's
The
that?
who? Like the Beatles? What? And so like he gets on like Google and researches and it's just the
It
only
just
thing you
doesn't
find
exist.
are just Beatles, you know, like bugs.
That's
And
awesome.
So he gets famous, and he's like, "You're the greatest songwriter." I was like, "No, I'm not."
Is this like
Oh,
a
okay.
film coming out in
Yeah.
the theaters? All right.
And then eventually, like in the trailer, it's like there's two guys out here that say that they wrote the songs,
Okay.
and
Mm.
it just kind of shows
Any
like
actors I would know, or is it like just no-name guys?
I'm not sure.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, probably. I can't. Like I was a little inebriated when I watched it, so I wasn't really paying attention to who was in it. But I thought it was an interesting premise.
John C. Riley's in it. I'm down
Yeah, he's the main character.
because Walk Hard is fucking amazing.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I love the scene where it's like, we're doing pills, and everyone has a glass of water.
You don't want none of this.
We're doing pills.
I don't know. Will it get me high? Get you really high.
It turns all your bad feelings into good
Yeah.
feelings.
It's called Viagra. It gives you a boner.
Can't argue with that.
Did you hear what I said? It
Yeah.
gives you a boner.
The whole Beatles scene in Do It and Dewey Cox.
Oh God,
Okay, baby, let's do acid with the Beatles.
good times. Yeah, movies these days.
Oh yeah, we were on the horror.
Well, I mean, in general, movies are, especially with the horror genre, it's like there's this weird like schisming. I've noticed, if that's a word. I know the first half of that's a word, but especially with horror, like we kind of got away from like psychological horror became this whole new thing, where like you were saying, where like you know, I've never seen The Human Centipede. I have no fucking desire to do that.
Neither do I.
Me
I've
either.
never seen Hostel. I know the basic premise of these movies, and it's just like, I don't want to watch that. Like, so you're saying 15 minutes in, someone gets drugged or tied down or something, and then for the rest of the movie, really bad shit happens to them. I don't want to watch that. It's not
Dude,
Yeah,
scary.
it's like
It's-
horror porn.
Yeah, it's just
torture porn.
torture
it's
porn.
yeah.
perverse. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it bothers me. It's just it. I have
Well,
no,
that's
like,
that's the only substance.
No
to
entertainment
it.
value.
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
me.
It's that there's little to no substance. It's just
like
watching someone be strapped to a chair and just.
yeah. I mean, like you said, psychological horror. I mean,
yeah,
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Overall, that's my favorite genre.
I saw Red Dragon with my brother Chris,
Great fucking film.
the night it came out, and it fucked with me for months. Like, I'd just be like trying to go to sleep or like taking a shower, like one of those times when you feel vulnerable, and something from that movie would slip into my head, and I would just like shudder.
Yeah.
That fucked with me for so long, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. I probably watch it like once or twice a year. Just I'm like, I'm bored.
Do you like it better than Silence of the Lambs?
I would
I
say
think so.
Red Dragon is probably my favorite out of the Thomas Harris adaptations.
Have you ever seen the original adaptation?
Manhunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It was good. I
I was
mean,
probably 16.
I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
it came out
had
in the late '80s, and it's
Brian
had Brian
Cox.
Cox's Hannibal Lecter, and the main actor from CSI.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can't think of his name.
I
but
can't either, but he plays the
Oh, fuck.
he plays the same guy that
I almost went Mandy Patinkin.
no, he plays the same guy that
What was
that
it?
Edward Norton.
Yeah,
plays.
yeah. Will Graham.
yeah, that's the name character, Will Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that shit. I even watched the and it can be it fucked with me because it's network television, so it's gonna have network television moments. But I watched the Hannibal series. Like, I saw that was a thing, and I was like, I don't know about this, man. Like, this could be fucking really bad. And I just did a quick Google, and I saw that Mads Mikkelsen plays Hannibal Lecter, and I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, I started watching that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I haven't seen the series yet, but Ben
Yeah,
gave it seal of
it's
approval.
good. It's good. I mean, and it's really like for a network television.
It's
don't
pretty
don't they have
fucking-
like a
it's
monster
gory.
of the week kind of?
The first season is very monster of the week. Like, oh, there's some serial killer out here doing like whatever insane, and it's never like, that's the one thing I enjoyed, is it's not like, I don't think there's anyone who's just like a sexual sadist. It's just some dude who's murdering people in very weird ways or something. Like the one dude, like, killed all these people and like made a mural out of them and was like preserving their bodies.
Damn.
Like he would spray them with like clear coat so they wouldn't rot and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a
really
lot
like
of True Detective. Like,
Yeah.
esque
Yeah, Ben
element.
showed me an episode or two of True Detective
Oh,
first
dude.
season, and dude, I need to get on that.
Oh no,
shit.
you need to watch the whole entire first season, like just a Sunday that you have nothing to do. It's only 8 episodes.
Yeah. It's an 8-hour horror movie.
And I mean, you can't explain. Everybody that has seen True Detective season 1 is like, oh, and a lot of people get pissed off at the last episode or the last 15 minutes of the last episode, but I didn't.
That didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, but no, it's
an appropriate end, I thought.
and yeah, we can go on.
We
True
can-
Detective season 2 is kind of disappointing. It wasn't shit by any means, but it didn't live up to the first season.
Oh, the first season's fucking pure gold.
And the third season is fucking great too.
Yeah, I haven't gotten back. I'm
It's-
gonna get around to that.
Yeah, they changed the story to a different
Well, yeah.
set of characters, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah,
the third season harkens back to the first season though. It references it. That's all
okay,
I'll say. I won't give anything away.
cool. I am gonna dig into that. I'll go to some horrible virus laden streaming site and pull.
Oh,
that up.
it's psychological.
Good.
Just so I mean, like it, and Nick, the series creator, everybody, like this season, they were like, well, the storyline isn't like the first season. Well, Nick's always said that the show is about the detectives and not the story so much.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind as you watch the third.
Well, that's not a problem.
I really enjoy like thriller horror movies, like the Mothman Prophecies.
Ooh, I like that.
That movie,
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've seen it, but I remember I watched it in the theater and really enjoyed it.
That's another one that kind of
It was
messed with
really
me a little bit.
like really eerie.
There's
Is that the one with Kevin Costner in it?
No,
no,
it's
it's, Richard Gere.
yeah, Richard
Richard
Gere.
Gere. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I watched the shit out of that movie. That was one of my favorites in like my mid to late teens, probably. And I remember there's one moment where Richard Gere kind of freaks out a little bit. He's like, "God damn it!" And he like slams the like the medicine cabinet, or no, not the medicine cabinet. He slams the door that like leads to the bathroom, and it kind of bounces and swings back. And when he slams the door or like whatever, and when it swings to, it's just him and like him walking away in the mirror, that reflection. But as it swings back, there's something in the mirror that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
And I remember just really enjoying that shot.
Yeah.
And
Dude, it's a creepy fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. And the one dude talking about Indrid Cold speaking out of the drain to him. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Yeah, it was so creepy. That's just good stuff.
Yeah.
That's that like supernatural sci-fi horror.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Have you ever seen Fallen?
No, I haven't.
That's
Denzel.
yeah. The one where the guy walks around whistling Painted Black.
He keeps no, it's
Or
not
he-
Painted Black. It's it's Rolling Stones. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, just time.
Oh, is on my side.
is on my side.
Yeah.
We used to we would be on job sites when I did construction, and my brothers and I, because we all loved that movie, we would like one of us would start singing it, and as like we were walking past each other on a job site, one of us would touch the other, and I would stop singing, and then Josh would finish the line, and people would just look at us like, "What the fuck is wrong with them?"
Yeah, I vaguely remember. I mean, I remember liking it, but
It's
Just that-
worth revisiting.
I'll have to check it out. I like Denzel Washington in general.
Denzel
Yeah.
Washington.
well, he's been kind of like typecast lately.
He
though.
has.
Yeah.
Well, he's been typecast for the last
Angry
20
Dad.
years,
I would say
kinda.
since Man on Fire,
Yeah.
Oh, such a good fucking movie.
clipping fingers off, putting explosives in buttholes.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that is.
I mean, and maybe it's
really
not
good-
typecasting. Maybe it's just what he. I mean, because he can choose his like
Yeah.
role.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but he just like kind of like with De Niro. He's like De Niro plays De Niro. now.
Yeah. Joe Pesci's always played Joe Pesci.
Yeah, so-
A lot of people I know shitted on this movie, but I really enjoyed The Book of Eli.
Now, see,
I thought it was
Eh,
a cool.
now
premise.
I like Denzel and I love Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
yeah. I think everybody loves old man.
Yeah.
Wasn't Ray Stevenson in that as well?
I
I think he was.
It's been a long
Speaking of Oldman,
Oldman.
yes, old man. We're gonna have to watch his forgotten film one time. It's one where he plays a short person.
Oh, yeah.
It's called, what is the fucking name?
I'm
of it
unaware
again?
of this.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna have to pull up the fucking trailer for it, dude. I mean, like, because the trailer is hilarious. It says like in the role of a lifetime, and I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah,
But
no.
yeah, I can't remember what the fuck that movie's called
but-
either.
But
yeah, we can go off on Gary Oldman.
the
Man, we
the
can start-
supernatural horror that like the Fallen. Definitely, Matt, look into this. Dude, I'm telling you, Denzel Washington, fucking James Gandolfini's in it.
Nice.
John Goodman.
Nice.
Fucking. God damn it! How did Donald Sutherland?
Yeah,
wow.
I remember it being a really, really good movie.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
it's-
can't remember the
It's worth it, dude.
specifics of
Especially it's got like some weird, like esoteric biblical shit going on in it.
Nice.
A lot of fun, definitely. Jumping on over to the sci-fi horror, which is easily one of my favorite things ever. When it's done correctly, it's amazing. I'm just gonna go ahead and I know you guys know this about me. Alien. Is
Oh, yeah.
Probably it's probably not my favorite movie ever, but it's definitely my favorite horror movie.
Yeah.
And I've had people be like, "Oh, really? Is that a horror movie?" I'm like, "Alien is
Yeah.
definitely."
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Now I can see like if you
how
know
could you not say it's horror?
if you know the whole franchise, like Aliens comes off more like an action movie. You know.
Yeah, I think
you've got the Marines.
when James Cameron took the helm of that one, he said he wanted to focus more on action and terror than horror. Is what he said.
As a that I'm still that fucking Lovecraft nerd
Mm-hmm.
from being like 15 years old. Just the like Matt, you said you had Darcy watch fucking alien shit with you, and she brought up the fact that they in the first movie they just call it.
Yeah.
There's no name for
Yeah.
it. Like
Well, in the script, whenever Kane,
the thing.
when Kane, the chest burster comes out of his chest, in the script it just says the thing emerges.
Yeah, like the fact that there's no label or name, that, like you can't quantify what this fucking monster is.
Yeah, and at no point in the movie do you actually really get a full look at the xenomorph. I mean, you do but it's like real
quick shots.
Yeah.
And it's all like one of my favorite things is I watched the riff tracks for Alien, and it's just Kevin and Bill just giving it the riff tracks treatment, and at one point it's like one of the like actual like shots of it where you can like see most of it, and it's like kind of a sustained shot there for a second. I think it's Bill who's just like, I see no point in the alien's weird creepily sexual protrusions and contours. And like, why is it always wet? But yeah, it's just an unsettling creature, man. It's just very fucking imposing.
For the secondary jaw, didn't they use like condoms and like petroleum jelly and whatnot to give it that effect?
That very like fleshy, gross look. I know the Queen in Aliens, they said they made a lot of that out of trash bags, just black trash bags.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Which fucking good on the dudes running the practical effects there. Yeah, that thing is scary as shit.
Dude, one of my favorite shots in the first Alien is the lead up to Brett's death.
Yeah.
And like
the chains.
Like he's walking around, like the cooling units and whatnot, looking for the cat. And then there's a real quick shot you have to look for it, but you see it dangling like in the chains.
Yeah, it's like all curled up.
Yeah, and it's like, and if you'd never seen the movie before, which Darcy
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
what? I was like, did you see that? And she's like, see what? And so I rewound it. And she's like, what the fuck is that?
I actually did that to one of the girls I was seeing last year. We were hanging out, like watching movies and shit, and I was like, "Oh, you've never seen Alien?" And yeah, like at that point, I was like, fucking keep your eye open, because I am that guy who will be like, "Oh, you've never seen this," and then as you're watching it with me, I'm like kind of just staring at you at certain points, being like, "Oh shit, just waiting for your reaction." And yeah, like immediately was like, "Wait. What the fuck? Does it look like an engine block or something? Because it's all balled up and
Yeah.
it's got like those like tubes on its back." She's like, "What the fuck? What the hell was that?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's good eye. Fucking just wait a second."
There's also a deleted scene
Crunch.
where when Lambert and
Oh no.
like when they're getting supplies, and Lambert's in the room, and then it actually shows like from like a zoomed out,
Yeah.
shot of the alien, like with its tail, like extended all the way out from between its legs, and it's like
like crab walking?
Yeah, crab
Yeah.
walks towards her. It's like, why did they leave that out? That was
That's pretty fucking creepy.
yeah.
Yeah. That was
Well, I mean, the final cut was like 2.5 hours long, wasn't it?
Yeah, like the
So
director's cut.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Which
they
that wasn't even. I don't think that was even in
in
the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that happened a lot with that movie. Like there was like I feel like there was almost certain stuff where they're like they wanted to like I want to shoot this, and then at the end of the day they were like, well, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Or like
Yeah.
there's also you're like, yeah, when the movie comes out to be 2.5 hours long, you gotta fucking start cutting some shit.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to trim the fat for sure.
And the xenomorph killing people was already weirdly sexual enough. We don't need the
There-
scorpion penis crab walk.
Yeah, and there. I think there's also an alternate shot of Brett's death where like the alien, I think, like crushes his head or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something to that effect. I can't really remember.
Maybe they
It's
did
on
it for,
YouTube somewhere.
for ratings purposes because, I mean, it did come out in, what, 80?
It was like 78, 79.
Yeah, so then, getting an X rating or whatever would have been,
Yeah.
would have killed him.
Yeah, I would have shut it down completely.
Which there's also a great scene that was cut from Aliens when Ripley's looking for Newt,
Mhm.
and she actually stumbles across Burke, the bad guy,
Oh yeah,
Paul Reiser,
Right.
yeah.
and he's cocooned up, and
Yeah.
he's like, it's inside me. Help me, Ripley, help me. And then she just hands him a grenade and then just leaves him.
Good time.
Like, just like very cold but merciful at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time.
Well, if you want help, here it is.
Here you go. That's
Punk ass bitch.
yeah. And then I think it's like as she walks away, you actually hear the grenade go off. Yeah,
Well, I guess he wasn't that much of a puss if he actually pulled the pin on himself.
yeah.
Wait, is it more of a puss move to kill yourself or to let yourself
I
be
would-
a alien nest
yeah.
of babies?
Yeah. Either way,
click.
it's not a good end.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be fun. Just go fast. Don't be the nest.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about my mom and her first husband went to see Alien when it came out,
Uh-huh.
and they had no fucking clue what they were getting into. And yeah, she told me because she came, like when I was still living at home, I was watching it one time, and she was like, "We were watching." I was like, "Alien," and she was like, "Oh God," and and she was like, "Yeah, me and Aaron went to see this, and we're in the theater, and it's mostly fine, and then that fucking thing comes out of that guy's chest, and." Yeah, like they're sitting there eating, joking, laughing, and he starts coughing, and this thing just comes out of him. It runs away, and she was like, "We just got up and walked out." And I was like, "Mom, I understand. Like this is around the time where there were very friendly aliens in movies,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but the movie's called Alien, and the poster says, 'In space, no one can hear you scream.'"
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
What did you think was gonna like? I don't know.
Well-
it's not just an angry ET on the ship.
Which the amazing thing about that scene too is none of the actors knew exactly, like they knew something.
John
was gonna
Hurt
happen.
was the only guy who knew.
Yeah, and the lady that played Lambert, like when the blood, she didn't know the blood was gonna splatter on her.
Yeah, yeah.
And when it does, that's a real reaction. Like
But yeah,
that was not acting. That's
she's
real.
crying and shit.
Yeah,
like
like-
even before it pops out of him.
Yeah, like whenever she gets splattered with blood, like that look on her face, that's real.
Didn't she like throw up and they had to like they
Well, she went into hysterics.
just lost it.
Yeah, she just lost her shit.
Yeah, no one knew that something was going to smash out of fucking John Hurt's chest except for John Hurt.
Right.
Like they took him into makeup and rigged up the prosthetics and the little mechanism, and then they were like, "Go out there and be an actor, motherfucker." Ah, that's just good stuff.
Oh yeah.
One of the things that I always there are certain movies, certain moments I'll rewind and rewatch in a movie, no matter how many times I've seen it. One of the scariest moments in Alien for me is when they bring John Hurt back to the ship after they go inspect the derelict, and they're outside and the doors are locked. Like Ripley won't let them in, and she's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And Tom Skerritt says something attached itself to Kane. Not something attacked us or something. Kane got bit by something. Something attached itself to Kane.
Oh yeah.
So what you're saying to me is you were on a spaceship we don't know of unknown origin, and an alien tube worm is stuck to his head. No, fuck you, man.
Y'all motherfuckers can wait outside.
Dog,
Yeah,
I'm
you're not
sorry,
coming
but
back
Kane
in.
ain't coming in, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's one of the scariest lines.
Good old Ian Holmes.
Bilbo Fraggins.
Yeah.
Christ. Yeah, Ian Holm. And Ian Holm wasn't like a scary. Like when he flipped shit, like that shot where he's like trying to like choke Ripley to death with a rolled up magazine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit much. That's unorthodox. I'll give him that, but I mean, points for creativity.
Yeah, or after he gets hit and like you see the blood come, like the android,
That little drop of like android fluid.
and then you see him just start to like,
freak out. He starts glitching.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
where he's like having a manic episode, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which, and I mean, I feel like we've been talking about Alien for like 15 minutes.
There's a whole lot to unpack from
Oh Christ.
just the first film.
Oh, definitely.
The third, I enjoy the third one.
Yeah, I like it. Absolutely. Charles Dance, man.
Oh yeah,
Fucking Tywin Lannister up in this bitch.
fucking David Fincher. It was his first film.
Yeah, and it was.
And
I like it.
Yeah, but the problem with that movie though was in general was just a lot of over involvement of the studio in
Yeah, the studio
the
trying
production
to
of it.
fucking.
and David Fincher, like
He
he
hated it.
disowns that movie.
Yeah, he hated that
he
shit.
hated, like he said that was one of the worst filming experiences, and it was his directorial debut.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they did the assembly cut, they didn't do a director's cut. They had to do an assembly cut because he was like, "Nah, dude, I don't want.
I
my
don't want to
name
be
on it."
involved.
Yeah, which the assembly cut's a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fucking shame. I like it. I like all of them.
And then
for
he
different
went
reasons.
and did Seven.
Oh Christ! What a fucking that. See that I remember that being the glory days of like horror movies for me because Seven was fucking
Yeah.
Christ
A
alive.
mind fuck.
Oh, dude,
I tried to get Christina to watch it, and she was like, "This bores me." And I'm like,
really?
"Yeah." I mean, she doesn't like stuff like that. She won't watch True Detective with me or anything like that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I understand.
She watched The Notebook over and over again.
No. Look at us, just a bunch of big white men.
I mean, she finally watched Star Wars the other day, and she liked it. So
With
at least I got that. You know?
Which a great joke about The Notebook. Have you ever seen the movie Just Friends?
No.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, I've seen a.
Is that the one where he's fat?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he moves out to
Yeah.
L.A., loses a bunch of weight, becomes like a huge producer or something. But he comes home because basically, like, long story short,
Okay,
he
all right, streamline it.
yeah,
Matt.
he comes home and he's
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
not
like
on our list to watch again.
like he's trying to spark something up with his high school crush,
Yeah.
and he ends up asking her out to the movies, but then like his mom ends up tagging along, and they go see The Notebook, and then like his rival tags along too, so he ends up, instead of going to the movie with her, going
This
to
is
the
him
movie
with his mom
and like
watching The Notebook.
and everyone's crying except for him, and you just see him mouth, "So gay."
Nice. Fuck you.
And then like the other dude starts crying, and then like the girl starts consoling him, and he leans over and sees it, and goes, "Son of a bitch."
Star Wars with Han Sorbo. I love those videos so much. Oh yeah, Chris, if you've never seen Neil Cicierega's, oh yeah, I think I did show you the 50 State Nightmares.
Oh yeah.
I skipped
Yeah,
it.
you showed me too.
I missed. I didn't reference Neil Cicerega at all last episode, and I feel like I let myself down.
You did?
No, I don't think so. We definitely watched.
Just letting
yeah.
everybody down. Ben.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Did you send him an email and apologize?
I'm sorry, Neil. I tweeted him, and I said, I'm sorry, I've let you down, and I will just share all of your videos to my Facebooks.
Everyone was a little more empty inside.
Yeah, yeah, fucking
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie. I mean, I love anything Fincher touches.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
I really liked that movie.
I watched it and I just like I kept, because I understand like the books are like like they cover this whole like overarching theme, but as I was watching it, like and I kind of want to see the new one because it looks fucking intense, and I should probably go back.
Yeah,
and,
the new one it's Fincher.
yeah, and it I remember seeing the trailer and being like,
Yeah.
wow, that's fucking woo.
Wait, you're saying he did another?
No.
Okay,
He
okay.
did the remake.
Okay,
Because
that was
the
Well, no, I'm talking about. There's another, like they did like the
there's
very recently they did like another version of
there's the
girl
Dutch,
that played with fire. Yeah, there was like the Dutch trilogy
Yeah,
that had Numi, Dr. Shaw,
yeah.
the chick that played Dr. Shaw, and then they did the one with Daniel Craig,
Mhm.
right.
and then they just released a new one last year that was, I think, like the girl that played with fire. I can't remember. I've never read the books, and I've only seen a bit of.
Oh, was it? I think is it a Hulu show? Maybe.
I thought it was a
I don't-
movie. I could be
okay.
wrong.
I thought there was a
Yeah,
show.
I'm
looked,
not
Hulu
familiar
or
with.
something.
It looked fucking scary.
I don't know. If
Like there was like some dude in the trailer. It looked like some dude like roughed up his wife or something, and then the like hacker chick was just in the house, and she had this weird like heavy metal makeup going on, and like I can't remember what she does, but it was a bunch of like quick shots of just really fucked up looking shit,
Mhm.
and I was like, yeah, I might have to revisit this shit. Because I remember Matt, you and I watched the one with Daniel Craig, or watched a bit of it.
Yeah,
I don't remember where.
probably at my house.
Yeah.
But there's a scene in that it's getting towards the climax of the film when Daniel Craig gets kidnapped by Stellan Skarsgård's character,
Mm-hmm.
the bad guy,
Yeah.
and he's got him tied up, and he can't move his arms. And Stellan, his character, Martin something,
I don't know.
I can't remember the name of the character.
I like that actor though.
Yeah, I do too. He pours himself a drink and pours Daniel Craig's character a drink and hands it to him, but he can't move his arms,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's just like dangling there with a drink in his hand.
Uh-huh.
It's a real fucked up but kind of funny image.
Yeah. Absolutely.
you're talking about not Christopher Plummer, right?
No, not Christopher Plummer. That guy.
Oh, Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I've seen a few.
Love him in the Thor movies.
I've seen a few of his, like, I can't remember the name of that one.
Well, he did. They did a new Exorcist film.
Mm-hmm.
In the mid 2000s, and apparently the director, whoever the director was well, the studio didn't like it because he actually made a film that was smart, and the studio wanted a
We
fucking,
can't sell this.
yeah, they wanted a bullshit, jump scream film. So they
Yeah.
reshot the film with the same script. So there's two versions of this film out there.
Wow.
But you got to watch the first one.
The one that got canned.
Yeah, and it's actually really good.
See,
And Exorcist 3 is fucking really good.
well, see,
Exorcist 2 is crap. Exorcist 1 is good, obviously, but the third one is probably the creepiest and the scariest one.
okay.
Yeah, if you've never seen it, watch it.
Well,
It's-
there are like certain horror movies that, like, if I see when, like, what was the Annabelle?
Yeah, with the doll.
Yeah, like if there's a doll,
thanks.
if a doll is your villain, if I could literally stop your villain by putting it in
We've all seen Chucky.
in a
okay?
Rubbermaid tote,
Which apparently
and-
they're remaking Chucky too.
really.
Of course
Yeah.
they are.
But yeah, if your villain could be, if I can take your villain and throw it in a Rubbermaid tote and lay some like a couple of phone books on top, if that, like, that's not scary. I would punt the fuck out of that doll. Like, it's, I feel like,
Well, I mean, those are just cash grab films, man. I mean,
But-
they know
oh,
they
yeah,
know the
absolutely.
general public is not going to sit still, doesn't want to use their brain when they watch a horror
scary,
film.
scary toy. But that, and yeah, like, I never got into like The Exorcist or like the what was the one that came out? I guess I was like 16. It was like The Exorcism of Emily Rose or something. But yeah, I was like, I don't like the possession films. Just never held
Yeah.
any
Well,
interest
those,
for me.
yeah, but
They
those,
usually get me late though. Like I watched when I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
See, I'm interesting enough to get laid on my own, Matt.
Well, I mean, I didn't put it on.
I'm just giving
she
you shit,
did.
man.
And we started watching it, and then I just
She was like, "I'm scared. Can I hold onto your dick for safety?"
well then we were watching. I was hanging out with her at her rich parents' house in Charlotte, and I ended up just going to town with her on the family pool table.
Good times.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I can't afford this, but I can afford to ruin it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the third Exorcist though is more of a serial killer film.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's more suspense.
Yeah.
Not spinning heads and split
Yeah.
pea soup. I mean, it's very like just creepy. I mean, like,
Cool.
and there's a couple scenes in that film that will make you jump out of your fucking seat. I mean, like, just like well done.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're not expecting it at all, and it's not like jump scare bullshit that you see. I mean, it's actual like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta pause the fucking film.
I need to take a moment.
Yeah, because
here.
I remember watching it the first time, and I was like, the one scene
it
anybody
knocks a pause
anybody
in you.
has seen it, they know what scene I'm talking about. It fucked me up a little bit. I was like, oh shit, I was not expecting that. And you won't either. Even if you watch it now, you won't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. No, I
'Cause
got.
you won't
I
expect
gotta
it.
load some of this up.
It's I can't think of the actor's name. Fuck it. I can't think of that. He's a really well-known older actor. 3 names. Where he has a middle initial. I can't think of his fucking name. Anyway, it's
John C. Riley.
not John C. Riley. I mean, for some reason, that's
Yeah.
still in my head.
Speaking of John C. Reilly, that movie about Laurel and Hardy that's coming out,
Oh yeah, that looks
dude,
good.
that looks. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was John C. Reilly at first.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that looks good.
Well, hold on.
All right. Yeah, I had to. Sorry, my bad, gentlemen. I had to step away for a second there.
It's all good.
when it comes to, like, I was definitely a big fan of serial killer shit. Yeah, definitely 12-year-old Ben was watching shit he should not have been.
Yeah.
But after raising 5 other children, my mom was just really, whatever, he's quiet, just leave him alone. Citizen X was a HBO original.
Was that the film about the Nazi?
No,
Yeah,
he was
okay.
it was in Russia. This guy, it was actually based on a real serial killer. Yeah, he was a part of the Communist Party, which, like, the first time he got caught, yeah, like, they were like, we think this dude's the guy who's been fucking killing all these children and shit. The first time he was taken in for an interview, they were basically like, oh no, he's a member of the Communist Party.
Mm-hmm.
Release him. Yeah, communists would never do this. Yeah, and then he they didn't catch him until like fucking 1989. He spent like fucking, I think it was like 8 years. He just totally got away with just like murdering children and shit. Yeah, that guy was fucking gone. But that's a really good movie. It was like an HBO original. It had again Donald Sutherland
Nice.
and Jeffrey DeMunn. He's in a ton of shit. He was in fucking The Mist. He was in The Walking Dead. I mean, I can.
Jeffrey who?
I think it's DeMunn or DeMunn.
The Mist, the Stephen King.
Yeah.
The adaptation.
Yeah.
I
That
love
was
The Mist.
Oh, that was a good fucking movie.
Yeah,
I
was.
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was
ending,
Frank
holy-
Darabont who
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
the greatest film ever made.
What was it? The
Shawshank
Redemption.
and The Green Mile.
Well, Green Mile's good, but it's not Shawshank. Shawshank.
Man,
Don't.
I'm not saying that The Green Mile is a better film, but
It's a great movie, but it's not. It's
I kind of enjoy it more than
Oh,
Shawshank.
shut up.
I'm not saying that it's a better film. I'm just saying, me personally, like,
Yeah.
there's Jeffrey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's he's in
He's in a ton of shit.
he's in the show I watch Billions, which he plays Paul Giamatti's dad, and that fucking show's really good.
Word.
But yeah, he's fucking funny as shit in that show, dude. I mean, like, he's just a sarcastic older
Nice.
rich guy. But
He's a fucking creepy lunatic asshole in Citizen X. That's definitely worth.
cool, yeah. I
If
like
I'm
him.
not mistaken, you can watch that entire movie on YouTube.
nice.
Again, I think it was like 1998, and I was just like, "Oh, watch this," and there was no one there to be like, "Yeah, maybe don't."
Yeah,
12-year-old Ben, don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't
That-
need that. In your-
I like how we would circle around to The Mist, though. That was a very
Yes.
underrated
Dude,
film.
very underrated.
Yeah, the
One of Thomas Jane's best.
oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
by far his
Yeah.
best.
I would say so.
I mean, the ending, fuck.
Oh, my
I was like,
God,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, I didn't
Oh yeah.
expect
Well,
that.
well, apparently,
Dude,
the,
I walked out of that film, out of that theater after watching that film, just kind of like,
yeah.
where am
Yeah,
I?
your fucking stomach just drops, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude.
like, it, and those of you who haven't seen it, we try not to ruin it for
Yeah.
you, but
The
watch
end-
watch the
it.
movie.
the
Watch it. It's
ending
a-
of that movie is.
And they did such a great job of making you hate that crazy
oh, the religious
zealot.
chick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, nah. I remember my buddy and I, like, I think it was like the second time I saw it, I watched it with him, and he was like, "Dude, we would duct tape that bitch to a toilet, and fucking, like, you would
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
you're not,
yeah.
you don't have a voice anymore, okay, lady? All right, you don't get to talk to people because you're upsetting everyone, and we don't need anyone listening to your bullshit." Sorry,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I need to watch that movie again.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I think they made a series too, and I started watching the series.
Oh fuck, they did.
Yeah, I started watching it, and it's not bad.
Mm.
I mean, like, it's not great by any means.
Yeah,
but it's just.
I wouldn't want to watch it just because I
I mean, it's
imagine
essentially
it would just tarnish.
well, it's essentially
what the
a
movie did.
rehash of the film.
Of the
You know,
movie.
I mean, like, the mist comes into town, and everybody's freaking out, and they're all getting caught in wherever. I mean, it's a mall in the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Mist, remember The Fog?
Yeah, I
Oh
remember that.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and
which
I
that
love
movie
The
came out
Mist.
like way before The Mist did.
Oh
but
yeah. I love The Mist. That's just
But what
good.
Oh, I do too. Dude.
They were like
That's-
ghost pirates in the fog or
Fuck
something.
off,
Yeah.
man. No, fuck you.
Lame.
Yeah, and I again as a huge fucking Lovecraft nerd, I remember telling someone I was like, "This is the closest thing we'll ever get to like a genuine Lovecraft film, at least unless Guillermo del Toro ever actually gets the green light to do At the Mountains of Madness."
Well,
Mhm.
you know what he's doing right now?
What's that?
He's doing Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I fucking love those books.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, he's the guy that they should pick.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I did. I saw the trailer with the like, "Where's my big toe?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, "This is fucking awesome," because that's such a fucking silly story too.
Yeah.
Like when you're 8, it'll scare you, but like as you get older, you're like, really, the witch looking for her toe?
Mhm.
And then I saw that trailer and I was like, all right, that's fucking creepy, man. Like, I'm down. I love Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
A
seen
fine director. A fine director.
I haven't seen the.
The Shape of Water.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I
that
fucking
yet.
love that movie.
All right, I need to watch it.
I need to watch that
Yeah.
too.
That's another one where like the girl I watched Alien with, the girl I was seeing last year, I was like, oh well, we'll just chill out and have a couple beers and you'll like The Shape of Water. And I put it on and like there's certain moments where I'm just like, yeah, huh? Oh, dude, I remember there's a point toward the end where she was just like, and I was like, yeah, I told you it was good.
Well, hell, I might go home and watch it. I think it's on HBO. So
Oh,
tits,
word.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Word.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's very much a you can tell like Guillermo had like all this love for the creature from the Black Lagoon.
yeah, well, I could tell from the
It almost
look.
feels like he wrote his own sequel to it.
Okay.
Now there were people who like made their own like under budget films and stuff who were like, he ripped us off. And like, yeah, but even if he took some stuff from you,
Mhm.
how good was your movie actually going to be?
Right.
If they were like, oh well, when she dances with the mop, we shot that, and we're like, yeah, but was that the only good part of your movie? Like, I guarantee Guillermo's take on it is still better than yours. I
Oh
promise.
yeah.
I haven't even seen your shit. I don't wanna. I'm biased.
Apparently the sequel to Creature of the Black Lagoon, the
Revenge of the Creature.
Revenge of the Creature,
Yeah.
that was Clint Eastwood's first movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And he has a bit part in it.
The new winch is quieter.
What?
I said the new winch.
Sure, you could use it.
Sorry, super esoteric Mystery Science Theater references there. They did the same thing in Alien. It was a lot of fun. They go outside the ship and it's like the storm is happening or whatever. And one of the guys is like, I think it's John Hurt is like, I can't see a damn thing. And Bill just goes, I can't hear you either.
Wait, they did Alien?
Yeah, there's a riff tracks for Alien.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, did Riff Tracks do it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's worth it. And it is like the full cut with the not like the director's cut, but because there's another like a theatrical cut or something that doesn't have the alien like hanging in the chains like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like a full like 2-hour riff tracks.
Nice.
Good times, better days. Any
All
other favorites? You guys about ready to call it or?
Whatever.
I mean, I ain't got to do shit tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I might be looking for a job, so
God.
I will not be looking for a job.
No, my job doesn't start until I don't have to like actually leave the house till like 2:30. So
it's not every day that your boss won't talk to you for days, so you don't know if you have a job or not.
So we're going to edit this out.
Yeah.
whoops. Yeah.
Oops.
Do
That's
a
why I
little
did
shopping.
spike that so I would know where to go.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello.
But yeah, I mean, any other just like rando favorites, like anything like particularly campy, like cause
I mean, if you're talking horror, Gummo.
see, I never saw this. I never saw this.
Just don't.
God, what is it with you and Blue hating Gummo, man?
Because it's a shit fucking film.
Oh, it's so fucking great.
No, it isn't.
It is it's the best portrayal of white trash and poverty ever put on film.
You're not wrong there.
See, I'm getting a
Maybe
very.
that's why I hate it so much.
Did you ever see Spun?
Yes.
Yes.
That was actually
That's an Aronofsky, isn't it?
no.
No, wait.
No.
Who fuck did that?
I don't remember. That was the one with Brittany, what's her name, who committed suicide.
Yeah, and fucking
Where she
Adam
becomes-
Schwartzman,
Yeah, she becomes a meth
Mickey
head.
Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Mickey Rourke is so fucking greasy and horrible in that movie.
Well, he's greasy and horrible and everything.
You know, the guy who looks like his face is melting. Yeah, he's unpleasant in that movie.
Yeah, but you've never seen Gummo?
No, I have not.
Man, you need to watch it.
Word.
I mean, I've seen it so many times I can quote it
There's
from
a
beginning
part-
to end.
in the movie?
There's some shit that you need to fast forward through if.
like the chair scene. Fuck off.
Oh yeah, I love the fucking chairs.
Fuck off.
You talking about the chair wrestling scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chair wrestling.
There's a scene in the movie where they're in like
Chair
a bunch,
wrestling.
a bunch of the characters are
In a kitchen.
in a kitchen, and they're fucking beating the shit out of a foldable chair.
They've been sitting there drinking all night. They're a bunch of
Yeah.
redneck white trash, just you
Yeah.
know, all shirtless.
Yeah.
There's a black.
yeah, man! Goddamn.
There's
that's
a
the
black
scene.
midget hanging out with them for whatever reason.
What?
That's the best description of that scene. You haven't even seen it. Hell yeah, man!
Oh,
Goddamn,
damn.
they're fucking murder.
Get his ass.
Kick that chair's ass, Seymour.
It's fucking brilliant. I mean,
Well, see,
Harmony Korine was just I don't know if he was. Oh, well, I do know he was probably full of fucking drugs while filming this.
so full,
I mean, but
just brimming.
and you know,
Incoherent nonsense.
well, that's the whole point of the film.
I understand
I mean,
that. The whole point of the film is to be a bad film. I get it. Genius.
No, that's not. It's.
I think, yeah, like
I personally love Harmony Korine. I wasn't a big fan of Spring Breakers. I mean, I thought it was okay. It wasn't by far his worst film, but
Yeah, by far his worst film is Gummo.
shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
well, see,
Trash Humpers is probably his worst, and I do like Trash Humpers, but and that's exactly what you think it is.
oh Christ alive.
Yeah.
No, I have this weird, because there are some like movies that like, you know, I have friends who hate, or you know, they are good movies, but I perceive them in a totally different way. Like, have you ever seen Bronson?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are parts of Bronson where I just laugh my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking librarian, when he brings the librarian, the like guy comes to like drop off some books in his cell.
Yeah.
And he locks the door on him.
Yeah.
I can't. That scene makes me laugh so much.
Yeah. I mean, I think that wasn't that the point of it.
Well, I think there are a lot of people who watch that and they're just like, "Oh my
they're
god!"
horrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's just terrifying. And it is terrifying, but it's fucking.
But his portrayal was kind of over the top, and
Oh yeah, Tom
you know,
Hardy's
yeah.
delivery.
I mean, like, and I think that was the whole point of the movie, just
Oh, yeah.
because he's Britain's most infamous, you know,
Oh yeah.
criminal. So I mean,
And that and those weird like theater scenes where he's just on stage and he's got that weird face paint
Yeah.
on, and he'll just be like laughing, cutting up, and then just start shouting at the audience.
yeah. I mean, it was. I think it was supposed to be like sadistically
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I do appreciate the movies that are like really intense and crazy violent, but with like that underlying just like dark humor,
Tongue in cheek,
Yeah,
yeah,
kinda.
like you're supposed to get that we're not being
Yeah.
completely serious about this, but
Yeah. I do really appreciate those. I do find myself laughing at shit a lot of times that like
yeah,
I could tell my friends are just like, why is that funny to you?
because you're a sadist.
I mean, it's sadist of the mind.
Yeah,
sadistic
I mean-
thoughts. I don't carry them out. But
Yeah, well, I mean, well, that's what I meant. You know.
Well, how does I think everybody has those moments where it's like, you ever want to like,
Murder
you're-
someone?
well, like no, like just very simple stuff like some guys, like, you're passing a dude on the sidewalk and he's eating a burrito, and you're just like, in your head, you're like, what if I just slapped that fucking burrito out of his hand? Like, just stood in front of him, just smacked it on the fucking pavement, and just looked him in the eye, like, or just walk away.
Well, yeah, I used to get that thought all the time when I worked in retail. But,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my disdain for people
Oh, yeah.
has gone down just slightly.
Now that you
but-
don't have to see them all the time.
Right, but I mean, I still kind of hate them.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not a fan. But, yeah, I think that is, like, the underlying...
Even if they're not, even if they're, I don't like his face. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I mean, like, I
Dude.
say that an awful lot. I'm like, man, why am I so judging like that? But it's like, I
No.
don't like people's faces sometimes.
Matt and I, when we used to work together, we definitely had those moments. Like, he and I, it would be like a slow day or something. We'd be standing there just kind of waiting to have something to do. And we'd just be like, look at this nice shirt, you
Well,
fucking
yeah.
asshole.
Well, yeah.
The dude with the camo pants and the sweater vest,
Yeah.
he put that shit on and he was like, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
knocking it.
he had the sweater vest with the collar coming out of the sweater
Mm-hmm.
with camo pants.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
camo pants on. Yeah. Good.
You know, a thought I had the other day driving down the road. I
Didn't-
saw this guy on the side of the road, and I was like, I bet he's an Eminem fan.
Nice.
I mean, think about it. These people,
Yeah.
you got to give it to them. They have not changed their look for fucking
Nope.
25 years. They've looked exactly the fucking same. You can tell, you can look at somebody and say, they like Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they love Eminem. They have a poster or
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
all his CDs or whatever. I mean,
Oh, yeah, no,
It's just-
I'm
it's,
incredibly...
it's a look, you know?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
it's like a
absolutely.
fucking,
I got my Adidas track pants and my off-white wife beater. It used to be white. Now it's like eggshell because I've had it for fucking 20 years.
That dude probably had bleach blonde hair at one point.
yeah.
And
Well,
that-
they don't do that anymore.
No.
You know? But
that-
they still somehow carry the Eminem look.
Well, they have
It's
that,
like-
that. I feel like they have that like non-haircut where it's like they just couldn't decide, so they're just like they just have trimmers at home and they just go, "Meh." Which I mean, sometimes that's completely practical. But if you slap that haircut on the right person, you go, "Yeah, you are really into Eminem, aren't you?"
Mm-hmm.
And Evanescence.
Eminescence.
Eminescence. Oh God, who was it? Fucking was that Jesse that posted that?
I think it was
No,
Cassidy.
I think it was Cassidy, yeah.
Yeah, I immediately saw that, and there was like two bad things that go worse together.
Or
Yeah.
actually, it may have been Kurt Stelzer. I can't.
I think I don't have him. On
Okay,
my
then
shit.
it was probably Cassidy.
Yeah, it was Cassidy.
Oh, Evanescence.
I
Jesus
remember
Christ.
my girlfriend in high school that I would give a lot of credit to sometimes. Like she wasn't terrible. She was too much for me, but yeah, like that one time we were comparing music and shit. We're like, oh, we both like Rammstein and this and that. She brought up Evanescence, and I was just like, in my head, I was like, this is gonna just. I can get about a year out of this.
Wake me up.
Fuck you. She actually. Her parents had a really shitty cover band, and one time they covered that song, and she did Amy Lee's part of it,
Oh, no.
which was really upsetting because I was like, I hate this song, but she also had a really beautiful voice. She could actually sing.
So she didn't have like a monotone voice like Amy
No,
Lee?
she could sing
Because everybody thinks that Amy Lee's a great singer, but
Yeah.
she's completely
every
monotone.
every single edgy girl at the bar
Ugh,
sings
fuck
that song at
your
karaoke.
mother.
It's like as soon as you see that edgy chick get up on stage and grab, it's like she's singing Evanescence.
Oh yeah, of course.
Mm.
I don't even know her, but she's.
And their boyfriend
Yeah.
looks like they like Eminem. I mean, seriously, it's
No, you're
it's the new rock look or whatever. I don't know what it is.
fuck
It's
off with that shit.
Just
It's very Rockwool.
Oh yeah.
It's very Rockwool.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I hate on hipsters too, and their fucking neon colors and bullshit.
And they're
No,
they're,
see,
they're, they're children's music for adults.
Fuck off. I can't do it. And see, and I'm being
Fucking hipster music.
incredibly judgmental, despite still being 16. Like everything I own is black. Half of what I wear are band T-shirts. I'm almost
But that's
33.
but that's a classic look. We're not talking about like looking like a meth head, even though you're probably not a meth head. You think it's
You just look like you do meth.
yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, at a certain point, I can kind of dial it back and be like, okay, I'm kind of a mess too. But there are times where you just see like,
fuck it. Let's be judgmental.
Yeah.
yeah, no, oh no, I'm
Well, because you know that
everyone's good at something.
that edgy chick at the bar with her boyfriend that looks like he listens to Eminem.
Yeah,
Like, either they're gonna do "Wake Me Up" by Evanescence, or they're gonna do that Seether song that Amy Lee was on.
Fuck you.
They're gonna do one of those two, probably both.
Oh my god, the local joint that a lot of us go to, they have the karaoke night. There was a dude in there like maybe a month ago doing that fucking Seether song.
Of course.
And that's like I'm not like I'm a badass at karaoke, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? I have to interrupt this. I can't let this continue uninterrupted. So I'll go do like, you think I ain't worth $1, but I feel like a millionaire.
Nice.
Just to be like, you know what?
I mean, it used to be you couldn't escape like Picture from Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock,
fuck.
but now it's like you can't escape Amy Lee.
She haunts us.
I mean,
Dude, it's one and the same, man.
It is essentially the same fucking track.
Because that they're also probably gonna do that song too.
yeah, probably because they like Kid Rock.
And
And
then
it
I saw the picture today.
And it's just, especially with the fucking Evanescence and Seether, it's just that this fucking limp dick radio rock, just this
Yeah.
fucking half erect, non-committal. I listen to and I've heard people say these words all throughout my life. Like, well, what do you listen to, man? And they say hard rock.
No, you don't.
First
What
of
is
all,
hard rock?
yes, you're.
I mean, like that's not even a genre now.
it's vanilla ice cream with a chocolate shell.
Yeah.
You
Hard
take
rock.
one bite and you're back on fucking 106.5.
Yeah. Pretty much.
No, 106.5 doesn't even play that shit
No,
anymore.
yeah,
They
it's straight
play-
up pop now.
Yeah, I mean, like,
See, I remember
I was
growing
like,
up.
what the fuck is this shit on here?
They used to play Marilyn Manson and Fear Factory.
Well,
and
yeah,
shit.
in
Yeah.
the 90s, there was a good fucking station, dude. And then Clear Channel bought it.
Yeah.
So,
And now it's fart out whatever nonsense.
yep.
Yeah,
Imagine
but-
Dragons every 30
oh
minutes.
my god. Fuck that.
Hey,
Hey,
band.
and about them, I think somebody said that they have taken over as the worst band ever, or it was Corey from Slipknot said that they're the worst band in existence now. Nickelback isn't, and I kind of agree.
This
At
coming
le-
from
at
the
least-
dude that's in Stone Sour.
Yeah, I mean, at least everybody gives fucking Nickelback and fucking
Nipple belt.
and Smash Mouth shit, but they never ever fucking like sold out. They've always been their shitty selves.
True.
They've always put the same style of music out.
Yeah.
And give them that at least. I mean, like
Consistent.
Nickelback's not, trying to put a fucking hip hop beat behind their music and shit
Oh no.
and selling out for.
I am proud to say I have no fucking idea what Imagine Dragons is.
Oh God, it's
dude.
so
I cut myself
fucking-
off from mainstream
I don't
media.
even. I know none of their songs, but I know it's them when I go through the stations. I'm like, that's fucking Imagine Dragons. I just know.
My buddy
They're so
They
distinctively
yell
shitty.
and like
my
it's-
buddy and I were talking about Imagine Dragons the other day at the School of Music, and he was talking about it's like on Hulu or something. I can't remember what but it's like a music station or channel,
Yeah.
and what they'll do is they'll take the lips of like Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
and like it'll just be the vocal tracks with his mouth singing, like it's really cool. But then they do Imagine Dragons, and it's just the dude's voice with no, and it just sounds really just empty and
I don't like
just
anything
lame.
about this.
Yeah, they're horrible.
So we.
I
we
mean,
were having a
I've
pretty
never
good
listened to
chuckle
more
about
than 10 to 15 seconds of any song.
that. Yeah,
and
no thanks.
No.
I mean,
Again, it's children's music for adults.
I don't even know if it's that, man. I don't know how to describe them, man. It's
Fucking dreck.
they are the epitome of like of a fabricated fucking
Like
bullshit
manufactured.
band. I mean, like they're not a boy band, I don't think, but they just
It's just
It's like
steaming
some
pile of
guys-
hot garbage is all it is.
they sound like some guys were in a fucking boardroom and said, "This is what we need someone to put out," and they fucking all sat there and brainstormed, and
It's
they were like,
Pop
All right.
music designed by dudes in
"It's
suits and
fucking
ties
garbage,
Yeah.
man."
who don't listen to pop music, or maybe they do. Maybe they listen to a bunch of Michael Bolton,
yeah.
and they were like, you know what?
You know what? I bet the kids would like some rock
They
music.
celebrate his entire catalog.
Bob and Bob.
Hmm.
Real quick, since to kind of go out on a what I would consider a positive note, instead of just us spray farting all over Imagine Dragons at the end of the show.
Hello,
Just that-
youth of today.
Yeah, or just that whole subset of people.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Eminem, Evanescence,
The
Imagine
radio
Dragon,
rock people.
the new rock.
Matt turned me on to one of the best fucking bands I've ever heard.
Hell yeah, I did.
And they're actually, Tosin said they're working on some new material. And there's a new
Fuck yes.
Animals as Leaders. Christ alive, this shit is amazing. Chris, have you fucked with Animals?
Yeah, I've listened to him.
Dude, he is such an amazing guitar player that Ibanez made him a guitar that didn't exist. It's an
We-
8-string baritone hybrid.
You know, he took that design and he's selling those now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure, and he should.
And it is
It's a
dude,
kick-ass guitar.
it's a
Yeah, but how many people are going to be able to play it? That's the whole thing.
yeah.
I mean,
well,
like,
there's a
'cause
6-string
his hand
model.
is so huge, and
Oh yeah, he's got them spider leg fingers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's an 8-string model and a 6-string model and another one that is not up on the website yet, but it's a fucking 8-string extended range fan fret guitar, and it's
Yeah.
goddamn amazing.
Yeah, and nothing like that guitar existed before.
Yeah.
Like they made a whole new
All
style
of guitar. Yeah.
for him.
Like I remember, like I can only imagine being like the first guy who's like, I want a bass with 6 strings, and they were like, "Fuck you, get out of here." And then Tosin Abasi shows up, and they're like, "We have to make this for him."
Yeah.
And no, not to take away from Javier or Matt, the other guys in the band, because they're fucking amazing. Matt's fucking a lunatic, and
Yeah.
Javier adds some really cool, more like melodic kind of stuff into what they do. But Christ alive, that's just a solid fucking band.
Yeah, they're insane.
I've never heard a bad song, and I've actually we talked about, Matt and I, how Weightless is kind of like their weakest album. It's not a bad album.
No, it's a fine album. It's just
It's been growing on me recently.
yeah. It's a fine record. It's just when you have the first, self-titled album and then you have The Joy of Motion, it does kind of pale a little in comparison.
Oh yeah, in between, yeah. And the Joy of Motion, fuck that shit's.
Well, I mean, the first record was just Tosin all by himself.
Oh yeah,
and then
it was, him
Misha,
and Misha.
Yeah, Misha from Periphery. Misha did like the drum track, like he
Yeah.
programmed the drums or whatever.
Yeah, and he wanted to make it like, I know Tosin said he wanted to all sound like actual drum kits, not just like straight up electronic.
Right,
Uh,
dude. It sounds like you
and I
wouldn't
do,
be able to tell that it's
oh yeah,
some dude.
and I do really appreciate the fact that they add in like little weird like electronica like synths and stuff like that. It's not like overwhelming. It's just a nice little like veneer that they kind of slap on the song. I really appreciate those. But yeah, and yeah, ever since Matt introduced me and I got hooked, now I've got like Tyler Lee listens to them.
Hell yeah.
Fucking yeah, like there's like 3 or 4 guys around town that I've seen in recent months who I'll say the name Animals as Leaders, and they'll be like, dude, I meant to say something to you. I can't thank you enough for fucking turning me on. I've just been preaching the gospel of Tosin
That's cool.
Abasi,
Oh yeah.
the Nigerian god of guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude is on a whole level of
Fuck.
his own. It's He's incredible. I've never heard anyone play guitar like that motherfucker.
Good times.
Mhm.
Better days.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's about time to scoot, boys.
Mhm.
Yeah, the wives are crawling.
Yeah.
The wives. You guys are gonna
Mine
go home to
in particular is like
your
where are you
ladies?
at?
I'm gonna go to the bar and look for a lady, maybe.
There you go.
See how it goes. As always, microwave this podcast. I am Ben.
Chris.
Matt.
Fuck off.